Hello and welcome. This is Eagle Eye 621, and today I have for you a fully automatic, one input, one-wide-tileable, unload-safe Shaky-Sand. This makes Shaky-Sand a very convenient and viable build for Java 1.15. So let me show you right over here. The machine is on and running, and with a flick of this switch, the whole machine is off. You can unload these chunks, you can leave, it's perfectly fine and perfectly safe, and when you come back, just flick this switch, and the whole thing kicks right back into gear. And the sand is shaking, and it will be shaking every time you turn it on. That's what some of the timings around here you see will do. So I can demonstrate that one more time. It's perfectly fine, perfectly safe to leave, and then everything is kicked right back into gear. So you can hook up this block right here to a comparator for some sort of a automatic super smelter, or you can make this part of your XP farm and just leave and turn it off before you go. And that bamboo is only there because I've dissected this a little bit to show you your collection system doesn't have to be this far away. Now the one-wide-tileable section, as you probably saw in the thumbnail, looks like this, and you can take this as far as you would like to go. If you are going to stay within a certain range, you can save a little bit of materials on these 0 ticks right here, but for convenience and ease, this is the one-wide slice. Do be aware that this is directional. These 0 ticks in particular have to be in the direction you see. So if you see on my screen right here, I'm facing north. So these 0 ticks have to be facing east or west, and I will just show you that very briefly over here. Same sort of 0 tick setup, and you'll see when I click this button, only this one went off, that one did not. I'll do that again, and one more time just so you can see. So do be sure that when you are building this, you make your 0 ticks in these directions as indicated. Now in terms of the materials that you need to make them, this is your per crop slice. Each slice will produce about 5,000 bamboo per hour. And then in terms of your on-off switches and your collection, this here is for your collection system that I'll show you how to set up. It doesn't have to be as far away as I said. And then these materials up here are for your clocks, depending on your exact setup, and you can change it up a little bit. Some of these are estimates. So I will also now show you how to build this. I have a copy of those materials right over here. Now start, as always, by coming up a little off the ground. And we're going to start things by setting up our observer clock. So now we're going to put our sticky piston in. Like this. We can break this and put our lever on top. And we're going to make this our main input for the entire system. Now we're going to go 3 on one side and 2 on the other side. We can turn this off now. And then we can make the turn. Make the turn as well, and then we're going to have some repeaters right here, and these repeaters are going to be facing, I'm going to do 3 slices just for convenience of the build, but you can take these as far as you would like. And then we're going to put repeaters facing in towards each other like so, with dust and dust, and then we can take our pistons. As I said, I'm doing 3 slices, that's why you only see 2 pistons when you would need obviously 6 for this. And excuse me, we need to put those up 1. And now we put our pistons in. And we can complete this dust on this side and on this side. And right here we have something which was capable of taking the shaking sand, which we can demonstrate. And we have shaking sand. But we don't want this just yet. Now we need to pick a side. As you can see from the build over here, we're going to have a dirt in the middle and a sand on one side. So let's pick this side. Doesn't really matter. And then we can put our dirt in right here. And then we can also now try and set up our collecting system. And we know that our collecting system is going to be at the second level. So we can put some slime blocks, depending on which way we want to harvest. Let's put them on this side. And we can put our sticky piston on this side as well. So that means that we're going to want to hook up our comparator clock that you see over there to this right here. So we're going to take a output and we're going to use smooth stone slabs in order to climb. So let's just give ourselves some space here. And we can take a signal by going the top slabs all the way up. And you can see that the redstone dust will connect all the way through. So when we turn this on, you can see that the dust is still lit. And then we can bridge this out to make our clock. And the way that you make a comparator clock is we put it facing in this direction. You put a repeater facing in this direction. And then we just connect this dust. And you can see that it is blinking, and this is a 2 redstone or 4 game tick clock, which means when we connect this, you see that the pistons will not drop these blocks, which is important. And those turn on and off, like so. We can now destroy these structure blocks that helped us get there. And now we also want to make sure that we connect our 0 ticking clocks to this. So we need to come out and put a sticky piston connected to this, connected to the sand on this side. And we're going to do that over here. And then in the back, we need to put it one away from the dirt, like this. And then we're going to sneak in through and add those right there. And then we do need to be able to fire something into those. So we're going to have a block that comes next to them. And we're going to do this on both sides. And then, as you can see over on the side that's not powered, you have a sticky piston underneath it and a repeater facing into it. So now let's go set that up over here. We need a sticky piston underneath, and then we need to come like this so that we can have repeaters and redstone dust behind them. And then we know that we're going to need to connect out a little further, so we're going to mirror this on the other side and put the sticky pistons, and then next to those sticky pistons, we're going to put our repeaters. And then next to that, we're going to put some dust. And you can test this at this point if you want as well. Pull this out one more block. And we're going to put a repeater on this side and a repeater on this side. And this repeater actually, we're not going to worry about the timing just yet, just so that you see that the whole system is working. So let's grab our levers back, turn this on, put the lever down here now, and see if this works. And the crops didn't break. so we know that this did work. We can break that, and then we can test on this side as well. And the crops didn't break, so we know that everything is set up correctly. Now we need to fix the timings onto this, and the way that we're going to do that is with some redstone torches. So I will show you how to set that up as well. We're going to take one of the signals, and we'll take this one just because it's right here, and come down one like this, and we're going to put our dust and dust. We're going to break this for now because we don't want it to go off before we are ready for it, and we want the normal state of that to be off, and I will show you again what that means. Let's take the redstone torch like so. Oh, excuse me. Put that back like this, and we can have that come back like that, so that this is currently in the on, but when we connect it, it becomes in the off. So you can see like this stays in the on side when this whole thing is off, and when it's on, this redstone torch is depowered because the block that is connected to is powered. So now we're going to want to set this up on the other side as well. So we can take, again, whichever signal we want. Instead, it won't be the exact same setup there. You just need to make sure that everything is connected properly. So we actually need to do this twice because, as you can see over here, we have the one redstone powering this, which is turning this off, and we're going to create a little bit of a switch when we do it in the other direction. So we're going to want the redstone dust, and let me break that again so we don't set anything off. And we're going to, wrong block, right like this, so that we can turn this off by pointing some redstone into it. Like this. And as you can see, the other redstone dust torch has turned off, which has turned off this entire side. So now, in order to make this work, what we're going to want to do is turn this off. Now, to get your timings correct, you want to make sure that we have everything set properly. So now we're going to take our redstone repeater that we just erased, and we're going to put it onto 2 ticks. So now when we flip this lever, it will, don't forget to do that, it will turn this off, which will turn this on, which will then activate and push it across. And as you can see, the sand did start shaking. So now we want to prepare the off side, and we do that by putting a repeater back to where this was right here. We leave this on the original 1 tick, and when we flip this lever off, this line of redstone will turn off, which turns this back on, which turns this on, and the dirt will shoot back across so that it becomes off safe. And as you can see, the dirt did now go across. So we can now place the rest of our crops and make sure those grow up 1. And then we can put our block that cannot be moved by a slime block. So I like to use glazed terracotta. You can use obsidian, you can use furnaces. I also like to book this in a little bit, and then on your actual build, I would suggest that you come out like this a little bit more, but I'm going to leave those off just so that we can see what's going on. And then in order to catch the crops, you can just drop down one right here and then build a wall like this. So now, depending on how far out you go, this will be out anyways, so you'll have this already there, and then you can drop it down when you get to your 8th, so that the water streams can continue. Now we do want to build this wall up a bit, so that the bamboo doesn't shoot past it. And these don't have to be stone, they can be whatever you want, as long as they're full blocks, because you want to make sure that the bamboo hits it and drops down. We want to make sure that it drops down into our water stream. That will take the bamboo wherever you need it, and then, as I said, you can drop this down so that you can continue on with your water streams. And you can bring the bamboo to wherever it is that you need it to go. And then break this block. So you can see our water stream continues. And now, when we turn this on, everything kicks to life. It's completely automatic. It's one-wide-tileable. It's 5,000 per hour per crop or per slice. And you can take this as far out as you would like. And then right before you leave the area, you click this lever. The whole thing turns off, and it is now unload safe. Come back, click it on. And this is very satisfying to do after all of the different improvements to Shaky-Sand, all of the patches, all of the unpatches, to go back to something that is 100% fully automatic. I am working on one other design that should work with sugarcane and cactus. This design only works with bamboo. If you really wanted to, you could come put some water right in here. You block that off, but when you turned this back off, you would have to come and replace that water. It's really complicated to try and make it automatic. You could put a dispenser right here facing in that direction on both sides. It's really not worth doing for the complication. This really only does work with bamboo. Hopefully I will have a design, the final design for you in a little bit that works with the other 2 crops. Just gonna flick this one more time because it is very satisfying. If you found this video helpful, I would appreciate a like, maybe even share it with one of your friends, and for more videos like this, do be sure to subscribe. Thanks for stopping by.